Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, people's champion, your host, and welcome back to the Baseball Head. Hopefully you like this video and hit that subscribe button. We're going to talk about Reed Garrett. Before we get into that, I just want to let you know, I'm recording this before the Met game on Monday, so I don't know if they haven't played yet. They haven't played the game against the Giants, so I don't know results. I don't know if Garrett came in the game or whatnot. But this is about Reed Garrett, who's been a guy that has taken baseball by storm to a certain degree. Over the first 3 weeks, he's got the most strikeouts of any reliever. And he was sort of an afterthought. He didn't even make the Mets opening day roster, but people are curious about his whole situation and where he's come from. And I have an article from the New York Post. Headline: Reed Garrett's out of nowhere Mets emergence. It's anything but. Right? See, Joel Sherman has to say. And I would like to know what you have to say in the comments section. The Mets roster is littered with surprise stars in their feel-good 12-9 start. After 6 straight wins, they lost 10-0 Sunday to the celebrity Dodgers. But we'll try to forget that one for now. There's Jose Butto, didn't make the team last spring and is their best starter so far. There's Tyrone Taylor, who was scarcely noticed when he came in trade from the Brewers, but contributes with both glove and the bat. He's been great. And he's killed it with men in scoring position. Killed it. There's Luis Severino, who told us last year he's the worst pitcher in the game and is now one of the better ones. Boy, if they could get him on a roll, get him how he used to pitch for the Yankees, boy, that would be a huge get for the Mets. But no one compares to 31-year-old journeyman Reed Garrett, who lasted for a decade in pro baseball almost without notice and might be the best reliever in Major League Baseball in 2024. Statistically speaking, it's inarguable. As the guy who entered the season with a 7.10 ERA and whip 2 unsightly to mention. It's the guy who spent his career being designated, outrighted, and optioned. The guy who spent 2 years in Japan only to keep himself financially afloat and keep his real hopes alive. It all finally paid off for him this month when he's transformed from unremarkable to unhittable. Garrett, who didn't make the Mets out of spring, leads the majors with 21 strikeouts out of the bullpen and 10 2/3 innings, and Edwin Diaz rate and carries a perfect 0.00 ERA. So that's the one thing about baseball, and in particular relievers. Guys can come from out of nowhere and pitch like lights out. Now, what's interesting is if I remember right, on Friday he came in, he pitched 3 innings, and then the next day he came and threw a lot of pitches. Then on Saturday he came in the 9th inning, saved the game. The 2024 season is one big highlight for him, but the biggest highlight came Saturday when manager Carlos Mendoza called upon Garrett to close out a 6-4 win against the league's marquee team, and he did so in the most impressive fashion possibly. He whipped all 3 Dodgers batters for his first big league save. Quote, "It's one of those you dream about," Garrett said, and that was really a dream come true. And it's no fluke. James Ottman and Andy Pajes were called out on strikes, and Gavin Lux went down swinging. He's been awesome. Quote, "He throws hard. The splitter's good. He's got a good mix," Ottman said. "Very good stuff. He's one of the top pitchers in the league right now," Pajas said. The next question is, how did this happen? There are many expectations, but here are maybe the best. 1, his refined curveball, making him more of a sweeper. 2, he brought back the 2-seam fastball, which he throws a 96-mile-per-hour fastball cutter and outstanding splitter as calling card. He found someone who truly believes in him, Mets pitching coach Jeremy Hefner. And 4, and this is probably the big one, I think, it's just attacking the strike zone and doing the best I can to go right after guys. I feel like the most important thing is if you get ahead in the count, it's a whole lot easier. Ain't that the truth? And Mets have to do a better job of getting ahead in the count. Overall, that's it. The writer follows up by pointing out he's been pitching a long time, and that would seem rather obvious, but he was nice about it. If you're going to kneel someone, I find it best to do it on someone's best day. He also happens to be a terrific sport. To be honest, he said, I feel like I've had the stuff to do it, and early in my career I fell behind. You can't throw stuff to get chases and swings and misses if you're not ahead in the count. Whatever the reason, it's been quite a ride. There have been 11 minor league teams, 3 of them twice, and Frisco 3 times, 5 big league organizations, Texas twice, and 1 2-year stay in Japan. He actually left to pitch for the Cebu Lions 4 days after his first child, Bo, was born, and spent 9 months alone in the Tokyo suburbs at the start of the pandemic. He was alone and didn't know the league or language, but he had his dream and a wife, Mary, who he credits as an incredible trooper. He stayed his second year, but around the time daughter Lucy was born in 2022, he came back home to Richmond, Virginia, and signed a minors deal with the hometown Nats. He got 9 1/3 innings in Washington and a lot more in the minors before he was designated for assignment yet again. He got another chance with Baltimore, the next closest team to home, but after 2 big leagues innings, he ended up designated. The Mets' previous regime claimed him off waivers last June 25th, and he wound up logging 17 big league innings in Queens. He posted a 5.82 ERA, but felt better about his stuff and status. He finally had the necessary confidence. His dream finally wasn't far off. Interesting. It's a very interesting story. Like I said, so many of these guys, these relievers, they can come out of nowhere. They can come out of nowhere, and you never know when a guy's going to just start getting outs. He said he never came close to giving up, and he's going to keep bringing it as long as he can from here. They'll have to rip the jersey and cleats off of me. You needn't have to worry about that for now. For today, anyway, he's the best in the bigs. I mean, that's true. And he's the best reliever the Mets have. As good as the Mets have pitched in terms of getting the outs, they'll do a better job of not walking anybody, and getting ahead in the count. He's getting ahead in the count, and that's what happens when you don't fall behind. So, thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. If you like what I had to say in this video, write comments in the comments section, and I'll see you later.